Hi, Barbara. Hi, Chelsea. How are you? I miss you. This is a direct quote from Girls Night, the Girls Night In team. Says, please be generous with your teacher. Show them some love and support by sending them a virtual tip through Venmo at the end of class. Their Venmo link is in the chat and on the Girls Night In website. Every dollar helps. I really do appreciate you guys for already. I was already receiving donations last night, which is so kind of you. As you know, a lot of businesses have been affected. I used to work at a yoga studio, which I'm still a part of that yoga studio. It's just that because the doors are closed, I'm not able to really work as much anymore. I also work as a nutritionist. Because my nutrition center has closed, I'm unable to do virtual meetings with my clients because they don't want virtual meetings. So yeah, the income flow has been disrupted, but we're getting by. We're in this as a country, as the planet. I know everyone is affected all over. So I just am so grateful that you're here. Let's get to some work. So today's class is called Powerhouse Yoga. We're going to be working a lot on some core work. And I think a really important thing to share with you guys about core is that the core is not just your belly, but it's also your butt, your legs, and your pelvic floor. So if you're not 100% sure where your pelvic floor is, it's great because we're all women here and accessing our pelvic floor is super helpful for all of us, for men as well, but most importantly women, especially women who have children, or women who just want to have healthier bladder function, bowel function, all the functions down there. So we have a diaphragm that sits below our ribs, underneath our lungs, and when we inhale, that muscle relaxes so that our lungs can fill up completely. So take a full breath in. I want you to take an inhale, and I want you to feel your belly expand outward. And then as you exhale, I want you to draw your belly button in towards your spine and up towards your ribs. That's the diaphragm actually moving up to help push all the air out of the lungs and out of your nose. Then there's another, so to speak, diaphragm. It's really just the pelvic floor, so it sits in your pelvis, and it's like the shape of an X or a T. So it's two sets of muscles, one that runs from your pubic bone to your tailbone, and then one that runs from your groin to your other groin, and they intersect at the perineum. The perineum is the space between your vagina and your anus. So that's like the Kegel. You've probably heard that before of like, okay, just practice Kegels, which is, you might have just heard it's like holding in urine or something like that, but really a Kegel is to actually embrace that whole pelvic floor and lift it in and up. So it would be not only holding in urine, but also holding in like a fart. I know that sounds silly, but it's all really important for bladder function, organ function, and also to help carry your weight when we do this core work. So when you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to take 3 long, deep inhales and exhales. Fill up your belly completely on the inhale. Exhale all the air out. You can use the belly button to help you do that. Okay, one more breath like that. Relax the shoulders and hips space as you do. Beautiful. And when you're ready, we're going to head onto our hands and knees. I'll meet you there. And you're going to still stay with those long, deep inhales and exhales because every time you bring oxygen into your body with an inhale, you're supplying it to your muscles so that they don't get fatigued and they stay nice and healthy and strong. They're getting all the nutrients they need. Take a few rounds of your cat-cow here. On the inhale, you'll lift up through the crown of your head and tailbone. As you exhale, you'll press the floor away, round the upper back. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, hug the belly button in and up. Take a few more rounds like this. And your next breath, return to a neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes. I want you to access that pelvic floor. So think of a Kegel or think of that lifting action into your abdomen. Your belly button is going to work with your pelvic floor. They're both going to work together to hug everything in and up. So I want you to hug everything in and up. Lift your knees only an inch off of your mat or floor and hover here for a breath. We're going to start to build some fire in our outer legs, inner legs, because remember what I said about the core not only being your abdomen, but also your thighs and butt. Go ahead, release your knees to the mat. Take a full breath in, relax the belly. Exhale, hug everything in and up towards your midline. Hover your knees. Maybe from here, you take the weight into your right foot and you extend your left arm forward. See if you can keep your back straight and parallel to the floor so that you're not tipping over. So you're holding here. It's going to be a lot of core work and thigh work here. Release your hand down to the mat. Your knees will follow. Full breath in. Full breath out. Hug everything in and up. This time, take the weight into your left foot and reach your right arm forward. Stay balanced here. Nice flat lower back. Release your hand and then your knees to the floor. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back. It's our first downward facing dog of our class. So go ahead and pedal out your legs for a moment. Find a little more length through the back of those hamstrings. Maybe you start to make some motions of bringing your chest and belly towards the bent knee thigh. And then eventually you'll find some stillness in your pose. Press the floor away with all 10 finger pads, spread them wide. Feel your heels yearning for the floor beneath them as you lift your sitting bones up towards the sky. Inhale to reach your right leg up behind you. Exhale, hug your knee into your chest. Hover here, press the floor away. Hold here for a breath. Inhale, extend your leg up and back. Exhale, take your knee across your chest to your opposite shoulder. Press the floor away. Hold here. Inhale, extend your leg up and back. Exhale, hug your knee to your upper right shoulder, Hold here. Place your foot to the outside of your right hand. Lift your right arm up to the side. Take a twist here. Place your hand back onto the mat. And then lift your foot so that you can hover in that pose that you started in. Extend your leg up and back. Take your foot down to the mat. On an inhale, roll forward into your plank. Hug your belly button in and up, firm up through your thighs, squeeze your glutes together. Your upper back might feel a little round here, and that's okay. As you exhale, bend the elbows as they graze your ribs. Lower all the way to your belly. 3, 2, 1. Nice flat board. Nice, ladies. On an inhale, draw your shoulders together down the spine. Lift up through your chest. Exhale, return to the mat. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up behind you. Exhale, hug your knee into your chest. Press the floor away. Round the upper back. The knee gets closer to your body. Inhale, extend your leg up and back. Exhale, take your knee across your chest to your opposite shoulder. Find more height here. You're using the obliques. Inhale, extend your leg up and back. Exhale, hug your knee to your upper left shoulder. Hold it here. Hover, hover, hover. One more breath. Step your foot to the outside of your hand. Reach your left arm up to the sky for a twist. Plant the hand back onto the mat. So there's this tricky pose again where you're going to just lift up your foot, but keep your knee attached to your upper arm or close to it. Hold, hold, hold. Extend your leg up and back. Take your foot down to the mat. Take a walk to meet your hands there. You might start to feel like you're a little warm, maybe a little out of breath. And if that's the case, I want you to return to those deep, long inhales and exhales. Hang here in a forward fold. Let your arms be heavy in the sockets. Very slowly roll all the way up, stacking each vertebra one on top of the next till your head is the very last thing to lift. We arrive in Tadasana, our mountain pose. So you're standing nice and tall. On an inhale, sweep your arms up and over your head. Exhale, fold over your legs. Plant your hands, step your right foot back, little lunge, gaze up. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward into your plank. Exhale over halfway or all the way, whichever is in your practice. Clip to the tops of your feet for upward facing dog, or you can repeat that cobra pose again. Exhale, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale to reach your right leg up behind you. Exhale to step your foot between your hands. Inhale to rise into your finger pads, lengthen from your heel to the crown of your head. Exhale, left foot meets right and forward fold to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head to rise. Exhale, dive back down. Step your left leg back, low lunge as you breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank. Use your glutes, pelvic floor, thighs. Lower halfway or all the way. Upward facing dog on your breath in. Downward facing dog on your breath out. Lift your left leg up and back. Step your foot between your hands. Inhale to rise into your finger pads. Exhale, right foot meets left forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, dive back down. We're repeating the sequence one more time. Step your right foot back, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to your plank. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway. Upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're moving fast for cardio purposes. Reach your right leg up behind you. Step your foot between your hands. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, step your left foot to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, dive back down. Plant your hands, step your left foot back as you breathe in. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Upward dog as you breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up behind you. Step your foot between your hands. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, take your hand down with your heart center. Release them by your side for Tadasana. Catch your breath here, 2 breaths. On your next breath in, sweep the arms up and over your head. Think of something that you're really grateful for in the strength of your body. Collect that in your hands, bring it down to your heart and bow down to the earth. Plant your hands to the floor. Bend your knees, hop or step back to downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up behind you as you breathe in. Step your foot between your hands. Ground your back heel to rise up for warrior 2. Imagine as if you're energetically hugging your feet underneath you to pull the mat to bunch up underneath you. Take your arms out to the side, track your right knee over your right ankle. Flip your right palm, reach up and back for peaceful warrior. Straighten your front leg. Keep this length on your right side body. Cut your hip back. Take your hand to hover in front of your right shin. Lift your left arm up to the sky so that your head, shoulders, and hips are in one straight line. Turn on those thighs. Lift the kneecaps. Hug your belly button in and up and squeeze the glutes underneath you to deliver your pubic bone forward. Reach your left arm up and over your ear. We're going to pick up our bottom arm to hover. Feel all of your obliques hugging in towards your midline. One more breath. Take both hands, bend through your right leg, lift up your left heel. We're going to swivel onto the sharp outer edge of our left foot, that back foot. Be sharp here. Stack your feet, hips, shoulders for side plank. You can take the modified variation of taking your top leg and stamping the foot in front. Stay here for another breath. Maybe you float your top leg up to the sky. Reach your right arm up and over your ear. Press back into downward dog split if your right leg is lifted. Maybe you move through a vinyasa like this. Inhale forward to your plank. If you need to drop your foot at any point, please do. Exhale, lower halfway. Release your foot to the mat. Both of them release as you lift up through your chest. Exhale, send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to reach your left leg up behind you. Step your foot between your hands. Ground your back heel. Rise up for warrior 2. So my back is to you, but this might be good so you can see what's happening here in my backside. Find your warrior 2. Track the left knee over your left ankles. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Flip your front palm. Reach up and back for your peaceful warrior. Keep this length here. Straighten your front knee. Cut the hip back. Reach long towards the front of your room with your hand. Take this hand to hover in front of your left shin. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Now, I can be here with my butt sticking out from behind me, but I don't want that. I want my hips, shoulders, and head to be in line. So I'm going to draw my glutes together, lift from the underside of my belly to open up through my chest. Reach your right arm up and over your ear. Hug the belly button in and up. Lift the bottom arm, hover. Take both hands to round your left foot. Lift up your right heel so you're in a low lunge. Come onto the sharp outer edge of your right foot. It's either take the modified version by stepping your left foot halfway onto the mat or stacking your feet one on top of the next so that your entire left side body stacks on your right. Press the right hip away. Maybe you float your top leg to the sky. Reach your left arm up and over your ear. Press back into downward dog or down dog split. Yogi's choice. Inhale, forward chair plank. Maybe that leg stays lifted. Exhale, lower halfway. Release your foot to the mat. Inhale, lift up through the crown of your head, chest. Exhale, send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Stay here for a full breath. Exhale fully. One more like that. Exhale fully. Inhale, roll forward into your plank. Come onto the sharp outer edge of your right foot again. To stack your feet, hips, shoulders. We're gonna come into a side plank here. Now, I want you to pick up your left foot and step it in front of your right so that the inner seam of your left foot is kissing the floor. Press your right hip away. With your top arm, you're gonna weave it down onto the floor. So your fingers are gonna point to the wall behind you so that you can drop your forearm onto the floor, swivel up your heels, and then take the outer left edge of your foot, inner right edge of the foot to the mat as you lift your right arm up to the sky for a side plank on your forearm. Stay here for a breath. Release this right hand down to the mat. Swivel your heels. Come onto the sharp outer edge of your right foot, inner left foot. Lift the left arm back up to the sky. Reach this arm up and over your ear. Plant your hand, downward facing dog. Now I invite you to challenge yourself if you can. Find that pelvic floor, find the belly button, find your thighs and glutes. Inhale, roll forward into your plank. Feel firm here. You can either hold here or move through your vinyasa. Bend the elbows, chaturanga, lower halfway or all the way. Upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Feel the fire in your body, the strength of your muscles, the drive in your bones. Inhale, forward chair plank. This time come onto the sharp outer edge of your left foot. You can stack the feet at first, then lift your right arm up to the sky. Lift your right leg, step the foot in front of your left. So it's the inner seam of your right foot. You know where we're headed. We have to do the other side. Stay here for another breath. Swivel onto your toes as you take your right forearm to the mat, fingers pointed towards the wall behind you, and then come onto the sharp inner edge of your left foot, sharp outer edge of your right foot. As you lift your left arm up to the sky, press your hip away. Hug that belly button in and up. Buttocks flushes long down the back of your thighs. One more breath. Release your left hand to the mat. Swivel on those toes. Come to the sharp outer edge of your left foot, inner right foot. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Reach up and over your head. Plant your hand. Send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. We're almost done, ladies. Lift your heels. Gaze between your thumbs. Bend your knees. Quietly hop or walk to the outside of your hands. Come to sit down in a yogic squat. Keep those heels on the floor. If your heels are lifted, your feet are too close together. So open your feet more. Find more distance between your feet so you get the heels onto the floor. Press the elbows. Now I'm going to face you. It's going to be a crotch shot, so I'm sorry, but we're all ladies here. So elbows into your thighs, palms together. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Access the pelvic floor. I want you to lift it in and up. Feel your glutes working with you. You're going to grow 2 inches. Yes. Go ahead, relax that muscle. You might start to feel your back round a little bit. That's okay. Hug everything in and up the pelvic floor, especially. Broaden through the collarbones. Yes. Go ahead, release it. One more time. Exhale, hug everything in and up. Beautiful. Go ahead and release it. Maybe without using your hands, you lower onto your bottom. But if you need one hand front, one hand behind, that's fine. So go ahead and lower yourself down onto the mat. Once you get there, I want you to lift your shins to balance. We're almost done, I promise, ladies. This is it. We're in the home stretch now. Reach your arms up and over your head at first. This is our Navasana boat pose. See if you can balance here. Maybe you straighten your legs. Whew. This is tough. Keep broadening through the collarbones. One more breath. You're going to bend your knees. Take your hands by your side. Makes it a little easier to balance here. We're going to challenge ourselves some more. We're going to send our head and our feet away from each other 5 times. Here's how it looks. Here's 1. Do it with me. Lean back. Come back through center. Yes. 4 more times. Lean back. Come back through center. 3 more times. Center. Center. Last one. Center. Good. Your thighs are going to feel exhausted. Reach your arms back up and over your head. Exhale. Twist to the right. Just at the torso. Keep those thighs exactly where they are. Those knees where they are. Come back through center. Twist to the left. Center. To the right. Center. To the left. This is your obliques. Center. Right. Center. Left. Come back through center again. Broaden through the chest, the collarbones. Release your knees, feet to the floor. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a breath here. Whew. So much work in the core. You should be so proud of yourselves. We'll slowly lower all the way onto our backs. So you scoot your seat towards your heels. You're going to reach your arms up and over your head. Extend your legs away from yourself for a minute. I want you to just stretch in opposite directions so that you can feel an opening here for your front body. Exhale, relax everything. Hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe massage your lower back into the floor. Release your knees off onto your right side. Open your shoulders to a T. You might even have to get your left shoulder down. You might have to bend your elbows and shimmy your shoulders over to the right where your knees are facing. We're going to hold here for 2 breaths. Slowing down the heart rate, starting to regulate your breathing. Come back through center. Touch your toes to the floor. Realign your spine. Hug those knees back into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. You're so grateful for everything this body does for you. It's so strong. You're a powerhouse. Release your knees off to the left side. Open your shoulders to face the sky, or your chest to face the sky. If you're having trouble getting that right shoulder down, bend the elbows and shimmy them over to the left. Take 2 breaths here. Maybe thinking of one other aspect about yourself that you love and admire, or an aspect of yourself that you'd like to work on. Not because you need work, but because we can always strive to be the best version of ourselves every day. Today, I hope you find strength in everything that you do because you started with this strengthening practice. But even if you didn't, I know that you ladies are very, very strong, especially during a time like this. Come back through center, touch your toes to the floor, realign your hips. We're going to just lay on our backs for 10 breaths here because I can't give you a proper Shavasana due to time, but that's okay because for a 30-minute class, we typically don't do a long Shavasana anyway. Shavasana means corpse pose or sleeping pose. So you're going to just take this time to mentally turn inward. Check in with the soles of your feet, your thighs, your pelvis. Relax that pelvic floor. Relax your top belly, your chest, your throat, your jaw. Allow for a natural curl in your fingertips. Relax the space between your eyebrows, your scalp, and even the skin behind your ears. Feel the floor underneath you. Feel the support of the earth energy. And allow yourself to be held and supported by the earth. Be still, be quiet. Find peace in the present moment. To wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rock your head from side to side. Walk your feet back. Hug your knees into your chest last time. Thank this body for everything it does and everything it'll continue to do for you. because when we think tonic thoughts, we produce tonic chemicals that keep our body healthy and strong. Roll off into your side. Wait here for a moment. Here you are in the fetal position. Ready to be born again for the day. Help yourself up to a comfortable seat, because there's always time for a fresh start and new beginnings. Bring your hands to heart center in prayer once you arrive up to a comfy seat. Maybe your eyes are still closed, maybe they're not, whatever suits you, whatever is most comfortable. If you'd like to join me in sealing our practice with the sound of Om, you can. We'll take a full breath in and Om on the exhale. Bound to your strength, bound to your practice. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining. If you want to unmute yourself, we have about like 2 minutes. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. I really, really appreciate you ladies being here. Please, please, please continue to take classes and support the women, the incredible entrepreneurs and women who are affected by this in Girls Night In. They have incredible presenters at 4:30. 7:30, they have our active classes. They're also opening a 10:30 slot for the West Coast, so keep an eye out for more classes then. Yeah, thank you ladies so much for being here. I'm so happy, and yes.